women don't wear hijab, are they going to hell only for that? To not wear the hijab, nobody can say anybody's going to hell. Nobody can say that. The hijab is shar'i. There's no doubt about that. It's not traditional. There are traditional forms of the hijab, which is a different matter. But the hijab itself, the covering, wearing the jilbab, it's part of our deen. And women that, if they're not doing it, they should just recognize that they're in a state of ma'siyah, like many things. For all of us are in a state of ma'siyah. We left jihad. We don't give our money for this deen. We don't do a lot of things that we should be doing. The ummah right now, we're all in a state of ma'siyah. And the woman taking off the hijab is only a symptom of a much deeper disease. It's a symptom of a much deeper disease. The woman was honored in Sharia by the hijab. The hijab, that is the illah of the hijab, that women are not treated as sexual objects. That is why Allah gave women a hijab, to honor them. If they choose to dishonor themselves, that is their choice. The idea of Muslims going and throwing acid on women, and this has happened, this is sick. This is just sick people. And the truth is, in an Islamic system, in traditional Islam in Medina, there were women walking around bare-breasted. And that is a fact, historical fact. And you can read it and look it up in the books. Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu did not allow the imam to wear the hijab. He did not allow them to wear the hijab. So there were uncovered women in Medina. That is a fact, historical fact. Muslims should get out of this obsession with women. Really, it's just a sickness in our own hearts. Just lower your gaze. If the sister's not wearing the hijab, her husband should be responsible for that, her own family. You can give somebody nasiha, but you just lower your gaze. And we're living in a society, people walking around naked, and we're worried about somebody not wearing a scarf on her head. Go out there and look at these animals out there. Seriously, go out there, look at them. Unbelievable. People really. And the other thing is, the hijab, a lot of Muslim men, they make it a hijab between a woman and her iman. Not all of you acting like Sahaba, and yet we want the women to act like Sahabiyat. And also another thing, I challenge any of you, just wear a robe and a turban one day out here. Just go on and experience what it's like to be identified as a Muslim. A lot of you, I don't know, you could be Hindus or whatever, in terms of these people, their perception of you. But when you wear something that identifies you as a Muslim, that itself is putting yourself in their face. And for women, it's a lot harder, because they have a stereotype that they're stupid, they're backward, they're ignorant, and that's the message that they're being given. They get stares, they get laughed at. Go out and experience that. You see, put your turban on, put your robe on, and go out and drive on the subway, get on the tube, and do those things, and just get the feel of what it's like for people to stare and look at you and do those things. We should have more compassion for our sisters. Wallahi, we should have more compassion for our sisters. And the reason why a lot of women leaving Islam is because we're chasing them out of Islam. And that's the truth. And every time has its place. We should know the time we're living in. It's very difficult to be a Muslim. The Prophet ﷺ said it's like the qabid al-jamra. It's like holding on to hot fire. And we're in that time. If you don't think it, then you're just deluded. This is the age we're living in. So we have to have mercy on our sisters. Really, we have to have mercy on them, defend them and protect them. Because they're out there on the front lines, and there's a bunch of wolves out there. It's a society of wolves. And that's what they prey on, innocent people. And our women, they have a lot more innocence than their women. And they recognize that, and that attracts them, because they're sick. That attracts them. Muslim women have innocence, even the ones not wearing hijab and things, because they grow up in a cleaner atmosphere and environment. And we should do our best to protect that innocence and to guard those women. They're our responsibility. That's the dhimma of the Muslim male, is to guard and protect his sister.